Hi. Hi, and thanks so much. Thanks for the applause, and thanks for being here today so we can share the Symmetry opportunity with you. I started Symmetry with a group of talented executives in 1995 because we have three strong beliefs. Number one is a strong belief in nutritional supplementation. In other words, the need for nutritional supplements, that we have to have those in our body in order to nourish our bodies correctly. And you know, back when I first got involved in 1975 in the nutritional business, back then nobody believed in nutritional supplementation, or very few people believed in it. Back then, if you went and asked a doctor, most doctors would even say, "Oh no, don't take that stuff. You don't know if it's good for you." Whereas today, everybody knows they need nutritional supplementation, so much so that even the American Medical Association has recently said that you must take a daily nutritional supplement to protect against disease. And so I've had this strong belief for many years in nutritional supplementation. And the reason I say that is because, see, Symmetry, we're not in the nutritional business today only because it's the latest thing to sell. You know, nowadays there's new nutritional companies opening up every single day, just about. New nutritional supplements. We've been in it for a long time. We've been doing this for years, and we guarantee that our products are the best that can possibly be made on the market today. So number one is strong belief that we have in the nutritional supplementation. The second reason I started Symmetry in 1995 was because of my strong belief in this type of a business, in direct-to-consumer marketing, an opportunity where anybody of average ability can get started, and if they have the desire, if they have the ambition, they can go out and change their lives. And today, Symmetry, after just being in business these few short years, we already have thousands of people around the world who are making their lives better, who are earning a little bit of extra money to pay the lousy bills, some of them making a little more money to have a better lifestyle and travel a little, and some of them building brand new careers. All of it because of this opportunity we have of people being able to be in their own home-based business. And the third strong belief that we started Symmetry on, and that is my strong belief in people. That there is no such thing as a special person. There are only average people who do special things. There's no unique people. There are only average people who do some unique things. See, people like the Bill Gateses, they're no different than anybody else. They just did some unique things. They worked hard in specific areas, became very successful. And I believe that any human being has that exact same ability. If they just have the opportunities, they have a little bit of help, and they have the desire and the willingness to work. And that's what we want to talk about today, the Symmetry opportunity. And I guess the best way to start explaining the opportunity to you is to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got involved in this type of a business. Because it was way back in 1970 when I first got involved in this type of a business. And at that time I was living in New Jersey, but although I was not born here in the United States, I was actually born over in Europe. I was born in Germany. My mom and dad were Hungarian and Romanian refugees who escaped after the war to get away from the communists. And then they were in a refugee camp in southern Germany, and that's where I was born, as a refugee in southern Germany. Now, when I was 5 years old, they moved to the United States because they wanted a chance. And they worked very, very, very hard for their entire lives. And my two sisters and myself, we watched my parents work so hard for so many years, and then they wound up with so little. And I saw that all my life, and I thought, gosh, I don't want to have to work that hard for so long and then wind up with next to nothing. So when I got a chance to go to work, when I got out of school, I went to work in a retail store, and I eventually worked in a tire store, like a Goodyear, Firestone kind of store, and I really enjoyed my work. I loved what I was doing. But after working there for several years, I wound up with a serious problem. And maybe you can identify this. The problem was that at the end of every month, I always had more money left over than money left over. Now, I know that probably doesn't happen to you all, right? But that was a serious problem for me. And see, I wasn't poor. Now, on the farm, I was raised poor. Now, we lived great because we had the farm, so we had our own vegetables, and we lived great, but we never had any money. But now, all of a sudden, I was working. I wasn't poor anymore. I was just broke all the time, see? And they kept saying, well, listen, if you just work hard, sooner or later, you're going to get a raise, and things will be better. So I did. I worked hard, and I got a raise. And guess what? I was still broke. Then they said, yeah, but if you just keep working hard, and someday you're going to get a promotion, and when you get that promotion, then things will get better because you're going to get more money, and it'll be better for you. And so I did. I worked hard. I eventually got a promotion, and I made more money. And guess what? I was still broke. And after doing that for several years, I just got tired of it, but I started looking around for something better to do. And I tried lots of different things, and nothing really worked well for me. And one day I came home from work, and a total stranger was calling on a telephone. The telephone was ringing. I picked up the phone, it was a total stranger, and the guy said, "Hi, would you like to make some more money?" And I immediately said, "Don't hang up." I said, "I'm interested." Right? And to make a long story short, he invited me to a business presentation, actually in a hotel room at that time. And I lived in this little farm town, so I had to drive 60 miles just to get to this meeting. And so I went to this presentation, and that night this gentleman came up and he showed how he put all these percentages and discounts and numbers and facts on the board. And I really didn't understand much of it. But at that night, he had written on the board $30,000. Now, I didn't understand all the facts and figures and discounts and percentages, okay? But I understood the $30,000. And at the time, I was only 23 years old. I'd never been in business before. I'd never done anything like this. But I was excited about having a chance. And they showed me that night how that if I was willing to work, I could change my life. I could make a little extra money, I could make a lot of extra money, or I could build a brand new career. And that's what I'd like to show you folks how to do through the Symmetry opportunity.